also via online. Patrick, tell everybody how you're doing.
Hey, Erica, good morning to you. Thank you for having me. I am doing fantastic. A little cold, but I'm doing great.
Yeah, it's about 36 degrees here and it's supposed to snow a lot on Sunday. I'm excited.
We'll
So
send some down for you.
we hadn't had any in a while, so I really am looking forward to it. It's supposed to be about 10 inches.
Oh, wow. Well, you can keep that one there. Don't send that up north, please.
Patrick, could you tell us how you got started with the 30 and training online, or which one came first?
Well, actually, the training. So I am the founder and principal of the Jackman Group, LLC. The company was actually launched on January 25th of 2011. So this will be our 11th year in business. And we do training and development. Thank you. Yes, we're excited about it. 11 long years, ups and downs, but we're still here. So we're extremely thankful. So we do a leadership development training and consulting and business coaching. So when everything went dark in 2020, our business also went dark. So it was an opportunity in April of 2020, decided to, let me try this streaming thing, this online thing, right? Never done it. I've seen some people that have done it. And I have a client, some great friends of mine who've always, probably 3 years prior to that, they would tell me, Patrick, you need to put your training online. And the hard head that I am, I was like, no, we're good. I dabbled in it, but never really went anywhere. So when everything dried up in 2020, March and April, probably the end of April, I decided to let me try online. And the goal was basically to give people hope, to give them information that can carry them through. Originally, the broadcast was Pause Break 30. And that coincided with New York State, which was on a pause. So I decided to call it Pause Break 30. And then as we went on, months later, I had a revelation. Well, we need to tie the broadcast into the brand of the Jackman Group. So we dropped the pause and then we called it the 30, which focuses on leadership. I bring in leaders, entrepreneurs, small business owners, and personal and professional development experts. So 2 years, we'll be doing this 2 years in April with the 30.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
11 years, that's a long time.
Yes, for a novice, it sure is.
So
but I'm having a blast. It's great. It's great.
So your show is 30 minutes. Each episode airs every week. And you had it pause break 30 because of the 30-day break that New York City was having.
New York State,
And
yes.
is it 30 minutes? Is your show 30 minutes because of why 30 minutes? Why
I did some reading and seemed like 30 was the right time. I didn't have much content for an hour, so 30 minutes was great. 30 minutes, short, give all the viewers and listeners the information, and then we come back the following week. But now it's turned into more of an interview show. So 30 minutes, Thursdays from 7:30 to 8 o'clock live, and then, of course, it's in replay.
Okay, that's good. So I see the StreamYard pillow in your background. You had told me about it before we went live. Could you tell everybody else why you're such a fan of StreamYard?
Sure. So I looked around and when we started with Pause Break, I was on another platform and I saw something came up on my Facebook feed and they were talking about StreamYard and I got fascinated about it. And I said, let me try this. So I jumped right in, I jumped right in. I purchased a paid plan and I love StreamYard because it is so simple. As I said, a novice like me could do it. So I jumped on it and it's been very good to me. I won a contest there. So everything that we do from a streaming standpoint on the 30 is done through StreamYard, and we stream live again every Thursday. We stream to 3 platforms based on the plan. We stream to Facebook, my Facebook page. We stream to LinkedIn, and then we also stream to YouTube. And then in replay, I put it up on both my Instagram and my Twitter pages.
Okay, that's really good. I'm glad that you know what you're doing. I'll talk to some event planners about the more button in Zoom and like, what's that? So it's nice to meet other people who are into streaming. So I know you have an event coming up January 25th. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. So we just announced this, right? I teased it on the 30 last week. So this is breaking news on your show, Erica, because you've been instrumental in helping me and pushing me along as well. And I thank you for what you're doing. Your knowledge is tremendous. I want to give you your kudos there. But yeah, so just to celebrate our 11th year in business as a training and development company, and then my 25 years plus in the learning and development field. I know some people are saying 25 years. He doesn't look like he only looks like if he's 25. But thank you. But no, I've been in the training and development field, the learning and development field, 25 years plus, and I wanted to give back and give the information that I've learned over the years about the psychology, the art, and the science of training and development. So we are going to, for this year, we're going to do a masterclass.
Cool.
So the first masterclass would be on January 25th, and that's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I think that you have the link. So go ahead and register, and I'm going to be giving you information as to how to take your training programs to the next level, whether it's in person or whether it's virtual. So we're going to give you some information there. And the good news about it is that the masterclass is free, right? So it's 1 hour, and I'm going to give you some of the information that I have learned. Obviously, I can't give you everything in an hour, but we're going to give you some nuggets. We're going to give you some information. And this is for trainers, instructors, coaches, facilitators. So if you want to take raise the bar on your training programs and raise the bar for you, enhance your training skills, I think it's a great opportunity. As I said, I'm come with 25 years plus in the learning and development field.
All right. So 1 hour on a Saturday. How'd you I know
Actually, when is the 20? That's a Tuesday. We're going to start on a
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
sorry.
Yep, that's okay. All right.
So 1 hour on a Tuesday. How'd you come up with it? I know you said it was to celebrate your anniversary, but what was the I need to host a master class on training. How did that come about?
It was a revelation. All right. I'm a man of faith. I'm a Christian. So it was a revelation to me that, it's time to give back. And many people have been instrumental in my career. I have a coach and an advisor. So, and I have some mentors and managers that's been very instrumental in my growth as a training professional. And I this is an opportunity now for me, not only to celebrate our team, to celebrate our 11th year as a team and as an organization, but it's an opportunity to really pour back and give back to those that may need help, because we all are looking to improve. If you are alive, you should be looking to improve. How can I get better? How can I enhance the skills that I have, right? So if you're not doing that, something's wrong. So whether you are a trainer, instructor, or coach, or a facilitator, you want to make sure if you go to a training or come to this masterclass and you take one thing away that will help you to get to the next level, I think it was worth it.
Sounds pretty good. Like I could probably use some more training on how to train. I No, really. I was just talking to someone yesterday about me trying to get a client to do enrollment events, and they agreed. And when it came time to do the enrollment event, they were scared. And I've already set up the platforms. The event's already happening. It was time to announce the upsell, the high ticket upsell, and she passed over it. I am texting and putting in the private chat that it's time to announce the upsell. Didn't do it. And the second time came, did the same thing. Did the text and the private chat. Didn't do it. And then when we did the debrief, I was like, "What happened? How come you didn't do the upsell?" She said, "I was scared. I didn't think it was worthy." And then she had a 6 month course that she was going to do, and nobody knew about it.
I
And I
get
was
it.
like,
Oh yeah, it's been there, done that, right? Because you really think, well, will people pay? Is it too much? Is it too little? So you never
yeah,
know. But I fully understand that, because I've had a couple of events and did the same thing, because I wasn't sure that people were going to invest in what I had. And there's a
mhm,
difference between, I say this all the time, when I'm talking to clients, there's a difference between an expense and an investment.
yeah,
So when you spend something as an expense, right, you're not getting anything back. But when you invest, you're looking for the ROI, the return on your investment. So we owe it to ourselves as individuals, those that are looking to improve and enhance and expand, to invest in ourselves. So we look at the dollar signs, but we don't look at what we'll get in return.
yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I was thinking if there was something I could have done to help coach them into believing in themselves more, to let them know that if people pay what I considered a high price ticket to get into the event, I think they paid like 400, 475 to get in, that they would have paid a little bit more to hang out with her. And I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, it's a tough one, because you have to have confidence in yourself and in the product that or service that you're offering. I've also learned over the past 11 years, and then venturing into this online and streaming space, is that you never know what people will pay or invest. And you should never, also never drop your value down, because you bring tremendous value. And if you look at yourself and you don't think that you bring the value, then people aren't going to invest in you and respect the value that you bring. So the first thing is understanding the value that you have as a person and the content or the service that you can offer. Yes, maybe someone else has a similar product or service, but here's the key: no one has you.
It's true. When I first got started hosting events, I wanted to do them in person. And every time I tried to rent a venue, they would tell me, "No, we don't need you. We like the idea, but we don't need you for that. We can do that ourselves. Thanks for the idea.
Mhm.
Be gone."
Yep.
So I got online because the internet has never told me no. The internet never mind who I was or what I wanted to do, what my idea was, or if somebody else was doing it, or if my idea was good or bad. The internet just let me do what I wanted to do. And I thought, since I've hosted events online, maybe other people were having the same problems as me. Maybe they don't want to use the tech, or they're kind of scared of it, and I can help them with that. And so far, it has worked out. So yeah, we just got to get over some humps sometimes.
And I've watched you over the last 6 months or so, and I first saw you when you were on Tika Talks with Sabrina. Shout out Sabrina.
Yeah.
And you have a wealth of knowledge. And then I've watched you, then I've talked with you more over the last 6 months or so, and just seeing you online and learning from you, repurposing and all these sites that you put up. I'm like, man, she has a wealth of knowledge. But see, those are the things that people would or should invest in, to just pick your brain, just have a conversation with you, just have a session with you, to set some time up and be willing to invest to learn more so that they can enhance what they're doing.
I am putting on my own events this year. Well, I'm still helping other people, but I'm going to take some time to put on my own events again this year. So like you in the master class, I'm going to do something about target audience and lead generation. And I
Nice.
do,
I'll give you 2 thumbs up for that one.
because I think when you really know who your target audience is, maybe you'll be just a little more comfortable, and you know that people want to know what you know, and they want to learn it from you. So
Absolutely. Yeah. And you have the knowledge. So I think just do it, right? And I'm learning that if 5 people, if 25 people, if 30 people show up, and you can add value and serve those, if you serve one, it's one more than you had before.
yeah,
So it's all about serving others. It's all about giving back to others and helping them to become great.
yeah. So even I want people to know, even if nobody shows up at your event, and we hope that they do, you can always repurpose it. You can always say, hey, I got this on demand event that you can watch, and you can put it in your email newsletter. You can chop it up and put it out in drips in your email newsletter. Or if it's chopped up, put it out as a social post, just a little bit at a time. Or make a landing page from your content and say, I have this on-demand course that if you're a trainer and you want to know more about training, watch this. So I don't want people to get discouraged when people don't show up, because like with this show, we're live, but most of my views come from after we've gone off air.
Yeah. And that's the same thing on the 30, right? Is that most of our views come from in replay. So initially I was frustrated. Why aren't people watching live? But then I learned that, and I look at the numbers and says, hey, even if 5 people show up live, 10 people show up live, even if 1 show up live, I'm looking at the replay numbers and I'm seeing that after the show is when people start to really tune in. And I've given them the opportunity to make comments, even in replay. So don't be frustrated, folks. You just keep doing it. Keep plugging away. Stay the course.
Yes. It's nice when you can go back and look at those comments and make more video content on it.
See, those are the things that I'm learning from you and your tools, how to repurpose, how to take pieces of it and put it in different places. So those are the things that I try to pull from you and pull your brain and get in there and get some of that information out, because you have so much of it. So I sign me up for the course that you're doing. Okay.
All right, I will do that. Yeah, I made fun of people asking about what the more button does, but since a lot of people have asked me, I am going to make a video on what the more button does in Zoom. And one of my favorite event platforms, AirMeet, also, and how you can use AirMeet with Zoom if you wanted to.
There's so much out there that we don't know it all. And that's why people like yourself, myself, others can be there to help. I remember years ago when I was in the telecom industry, and I was in sales at the time, and this was years ago, and someone came in and brought their phone back and says, it doesn't work. So this was a common thing. So my my message or my conversation with them was, hey, did you hit this button? This is the on button. So, right. So number one, we didn't tell them how to turn the phone on, but they didn't know that there was a button to turn the phone on. So some people just have to be taught.
Oh,
One of my former bosses, and she was great. And one of the things that she said to me, which makes so much sense then and makes so much sense now, is that you train to the lowest common denominator. So ponder that.
yeah.
Right? We always go and teach or train to the lowest common denominator because we never know. If you train at the highest or teach at the highest, then you're leaving a whole group out. So we think people know how to do things, but they don't. See,
Yeah.
I'm a novice. I'm a novice at the streaming and online piece. You are the expert. So I go to you to find out these little things. Hey, how do you strip out some of your content and repurpose it elsewhere? I don't know how to do that, but I know someone who does, right? So I can go to you and find out that information. So someone may start training or maybe years of training, but they may not know how to interact with difficult students or participants. So I can teach them that. They may not know the various learning styles, so we can teach them that, right? So it's just realizing that we don't know it all, but we know people that can help us.
Yeah. Um, Real quick, shout out to El Kersey who's telling you happy anniversary. And yeah, it is nice to have people who you consider experts as a go-to. Like you're my go-to for StreamYard. I have no clue how to use StreamYard, but it's nice to know that I can refer you and that you're willing to help others who are looking to use that platform.
No problem. No problem. So thank you. Right. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate it. But yeah, so those things we always want to look for and find out those that have the information. Hey, can you help me? And there's no shame in that. Right? We don't, as I said, we don't know it all. We think we do, but in reality, we don't. And I'll tell you now, as I said before, I'm a novice at this thing. I'm only 2 years in on the online space, but I've been training and developing others for 25 plus years. And then having the business for 11 years on January 25th, right? So I can tell you from a training and development in the corporate space, and I can also tell you from a training and development in running your own business and interacting with others. And how do you turn your training or your training programs into something that will give you other opportunities? How do you do that? So those are some of the things that we'll touch on in our masterclass.
I like that idea because like my 7-year-old son, sometimes we ask him to do something and he can't because he already knows. And I'm like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And I can't help but think that we're the same person. We're so much alike sometimes. You say that you're a novice at streaming, but when I was last on your show, the 30, when you help someone set up their camera for their best light, for their best height for their camera, I thought that was amazing. Like, and you did it with the quickness and you did it with kindness to help them. And I was like, that was really great.
Well, thank you, Erica. Thank you. I learn from others. Now, I do a lot of research. I watch a lot of shows. I listen to the experts, and I'm a sponge, right? I love learning because, as I said before, none of us are at the point where we would like to be. All of us operate at our lower capacity. So we have a capacity for here, but we operate below it. So how do we fill those gaps? By being a sponge, by learning, right? So we all need to have a quest for learning. How can we improve? How can we get to where others are? If others did it, why shouldn't I do it? That's
Yeah.
my philosophy.
Yeah. When training, when did you get your start in training? You said you've been doing it for like over 25 years, but yet your business has been, you've been in business for like 11 years.
Yeah, so I started off, I spent, as I said, most of my professional and corporate career was in telecom, specifically wireless. So I spent years selling cell phones, and I've always liked helping others and teaching others, but I didn't know that there was a path for it. And I got the opportunity and our meetings to teach some others. And I said, man, this is pretty good. So I talked to my manager and explained to him what my thoughts was. And then an opportunity came up in the company that I worked for at the time for a trainer. I had no training background. All I did was I taught some of the things in our training meetings, but love it. So I took the plunge and I applied and got a job. No training background, no formal training background. But again, I'm a sponge. So I decided to now take it upon myself to learn more about the training game. So what did I do? I went to as many training sessions or that were put on, right? So I learned from others how to design your training, how to create PowerPoints. And that's a big one. Most people think that on a PowerPoint slide that you put a lot of information on there. Well, no, there's a very strategic way of how to create your PowerPoints. So if you want to learn that, you need to come to the masterclass. So it's a very strategic way. So I learned from others. I went to as many training classes that our company allowed me to go to. And then I found that the industry started to change back then, and I'm going to age myself here. The industry was more, cell phones was more the analog. And I saw then the industry started to change to digital. So I wanted to learn more about digital, and I wanted to learn and separate myself from others. So I decided to hang out with the guys in the office that were data geeks. So I became a data geek too. So I decided to learn more about data. It's nothing special, right? If you don't know, you find out. So you hang out with those that know. If you want to be an eagle, you hang out with eagles. You don't hang out with pigeons. So I decided to do that. And I'm always learning. Who can I learn from? Who has the information that I can grab from? So that's how we started, and then progressed from company to company. Then became a training manager where I had a team of trainers virtually. This was before virtual was virtual, but our trainers were across the country because it was a nationwide company. So I had trainers that were on our team across the country. And then from another company, and then in 2010, our group was downsized and decided to start the Jackman Group. And we launched officially on January 25th of 2011, and haven't looked back since. There's no sort of bridge that I had. I blew that up. This is all I have at this point. Can't go back now.
Nice. I like that. What stood out to me the most from what you just said was, if you want to be an eagle, don't hang out with pigeons. And I would like for that to be a t-shirt. And if you wrote a book, that would be a great title.
I like that. I think, hey, no one write that book. That is my book, okay?
Love it. So let's talk a little bit more about your training that's coming up on Tuesday, the 25th of
Sure.
January. So Revelation, spiritual,
Hmm.
got it from God, and it's going to be about you're going to train a little bit about how to use PowerPoints and how to get your training started. What is all else involved when you get ready to prepare for a training?
So let
I
me
mean,
give you let me give you what people will learn first from the master class. So uh, they'll take away. I'll give them some idea about what it is to become a great trainer, what it takes, and this is part of what you just asked in terms of preparation. So one of the things is preparation, right? One of my quotes is preparation equals success. So people think that you can get up and all right, so my training starts at 9 o'clock. I can get there at quarter to 9 and I'm ready to go. This is either even in person or virtual. Well, no, some of the things you got to do is to prepare behind the scenes. So we'll talk about some of that. The other one is what are the strategies to overcome obstacles in your training programs? What are some obstacles? Obstacles could be people, it could be equipment. So how do you overcome that? And what are some of the critical principles of effective training? And then lastly, what are ways to turn your training into an opportunity? Meaning after the training, there are some opportunities that you will have or that you can have. How do you turn that training into an opportunity to maximize more income? So those are some of the things that people will learn.
okay, so like an upsell or a call to action.
Call to action, absolutely. So first is a masterclass. Make sure that you register. The link is right there. I think Erica has it, and so make sure that you register right now for the masterclass, and then from the masterclass, then we'll go from that point on. But the first step is to make sure that you are in on this free masterclass. So I'm going to give you the information, but if you want more, then we can take it to the next step.
Yeah, I definitely want to recommend people sign up for. I mean, it's an hour of your time. You know, I spent an hour with you, Patrick, on my mastermind, the Virtual Summiteers, and we got so much from you within that hour about making partnerships and having the ability to network. I was like, that was great. It's like, wish we could have had a little bit more time with you. So I know that you're a great trainer, you're a great teacher, and we can learn a lot from you.
Thank you, Erica. Yeah, yeah, and you're building that. See, that's why I love chatting with you, because I get so many ideas. Like I would have never thought about a master class, right? And and I asked you, say, hey, how do you set up this master class? How do you do this stuff? So I again goes back to my theory of being a sponge. I don't know, so I'm going to go to those that know. So I went to Eric and says, how do you do this math? How long does it go? What do I need to do? Is it free? Is it paid? So those things. So if you want to know something of value, you want to hang out with those that have that something of value. Right. So I'm going to
Yeah.
give you some ideas. It's only an hour. So I can't give you everything, but you can sign up for the next round, right? Where we can go deeper. But for this round, we want to make sure that we give you some information that will help you to enhance your knowledge for your next training program. So that's what this is from, and I'm so excited about it. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous.
So
So
like
yeah,
so the model is give something free like you're doing right now with a little bit of training, and then ask them to go to the actual training and give them immense value, and then have like a call to action that will bring them more of what the results that they are looking for.
exactly, and that's the model that we are following. Yeah, yeah.
I like that. I think it's pretty good. So anything else you're working on throughout this year? Do you
Yeah,
have like a list of events you're working on?
yeah. So this is our first event of the year, and we'll see how this goes. We will also offer some group coaching and our one-on-one coaching program. So our group coaching is called Elevate, and then our one-on-one coaching, both for whether it's for business or for training, entrepreneurship. But my sweet spot, Erica, it's funny. I every year I try to do something. I'm big on goal setting. I love to set goals. At the end of every year, I look back and I review what my goals were for that year and how I did. But then I also take time to set goals for the next year. So I've been doing that now for years and years. And 2021 was good, but I'm looking to make 2022 great, right? As Jim Collins says, going from in his book, Going from Good to Great, good is the enemy of great. So we want to make sure that we strive for greatness, not just being good. We want to strive for being great. So that is my goal, is to always try to look towards greatness. And this year, I think I mentioned this to you, is the year I heard this is the year of collaboration. And that's what my focus is to collaborate with as many people as possible, like yourself. So if I can help and serve others, that's what this year is about. Serving others and helping them to go from good to great.
An idea for you.
Okay, ideas.
Okay, so you're
If
my
you notice,
go-to.
I got my book here, right? My idea book, and I got my pen, so I'm ready.
Okay, so you're a trainer. You are my go-to person for StreamYard.
Mhm.
For anybody who signs up for StreamYard using your affiliate link,
Mhm.
you will train them on how you use StreamYard
I like that. I
for
like
a
it.
fee.
I can do that
Yeah, yeah, for a fee though.
for a fee. Well, yeah, of course, of
Okay,
course. I like that. I'm gonna do that. Thank you. Yeah,
hooray.
yeah. Well, first I got to make sure that I advertise my affiliate link. So that's well, what they call. So they don't have affiliate links, but they have referral links. So I'll put my referral link out there too. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not sure if you know about mylaunchstash.com. It is a place where you keep your affiliate links.
Okay.
And it's also a great place to look for partners and what is it? Sponsors.
Let's see.
So it's free.
See, yeah. How would I have known that if I weren't on this show?
So if you haven't made friends with a developer, it is very good to be friends with a developer. So I made friends with these two guys, Lee Launches and Edmund Amoye, who created this mylaunchdash.com. What you do is you put your affiliate links there and you tell why you like it.
Okay.
And there's you can put YouTube videos in there and you can give a little demonstration about your favorite part of StreamYard. It's like, this is why I like StreamYard, whatever, something like that. And there's your link all put together, and anything that you use like in association with StreamYard, like you stream to 3 different platforms, you can tell how you use those platforms and why you chose to stream to them. And you can have let's see, yeah, I was gonna say you can have affiliate links to those, but social platforms
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
that.
I've learned that too. Maybe StreamYard can have me on and give me. Well, I was actually on one of their shows, and that went well. But I'll be happy to be one of their spokesman people. Extra
Yeah,
stream of income, right?
yeah. So like when you get ready to do that, put out your event and tell people to use your affiliate links to join your event. Tweet StreamYard. It's like, hey, I'm doing this event about your platform. Come join me.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would love to have on my show, because there are two founders. There's Gage and Dan, and I would love to have them on. I sent an email but I haven't heard back yet. But I would love to have them on the 30 just to hear. Two young guys started it, right? So I would love to hear what their motivation was and how they got started. Those types of stories I just enjoy. Just hearing how people get started, and hearing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Those are the types of things that we talk about on the 30, like when you were on, when Asada was on. Just to hear those stories, I think it gives people hope and give them encouragement to move forward in accomplishing their dreams. But most definitely, I'll take you up on that information. And of course, I'll be circling back with you to learn more.
All right. I'm excited for you now. Like, I hope I didn't add too much to your things to do for your goals for this year. Oh, do you have a one word to represent your year?
The one word, I think I told you that in terms of collaborate, it is collaboration.
Okay.
That one word is collaboration. If I was to add a second word, it would be success.
Oh.
But collaboration is the key. Well, success is defined, right? Different people have a degree of success. For me, success is a couple of things. Success is about serving others, putting them before myself, right? We live in a world that, well, not all people, but we see it where people are so much focused on themselves. Me, give me. As opposed to saying, how can I serve and help others? Because if you help others accomplish their goals, guess what's going to happen? By default, you'll accomplish yours. But the first thing is to help and serve others accomplish their goals. Help them get to where they want to be. And by default, you'll eventually get to where you want to be. I can't remember. I think it was it Zig Ziglar? But one of the famed speakers and development experts say, if you help enough people get to where they want to get, you'll eventually get to where you want to get.
Yeah. I want to shout out Louise King, who says that this is good information. Keep up the good work. And Diane Goldsmith saying happy anniversary. So
thanks, Louise. Thanks, Diane. Make sure you sign up for the masterclass.
Yes. An hour. And I know you're going to get great information. So like, I am looking forward to it. Patrick, let everyone know where they can find you online. What's your favorite social platform where people can reach out to you?
So you can go, I think my favorite one is where most of my clients are, and that's LinkedIn, because we're more from a business perspective, right? So you can check me out on LinkedIn, Patrick Jackman, or you can go to our LinkedIn page, which is the Jackman Group LLC. But you can check me on any of the socials. I'm not on TikTok yet. I just don't have the time. So whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, you can go to my personal page, or you can email me. Email me at, the email is patrick@jackmangroupllc.com. So if you want to send me an email, you can do that, or you can go to the Jackman Group website, which is jackmangroupllc.com.
Well, Patrick, I appreciate you coming on today. I appreciate you sharing your information and being brilliant. I appreciate it.
Erica, thank you for having me. This is fantastic. Just keep up the great work every Thursday, right? Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern.
That's right.
Keep up the great work. Continue sharing your knowledge. And I'm looking forward to your event so that I can sign up and get some more info, be more of a sponge from you, learn from you. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and kudos to you and your community.
All right,